Hey, what's up everybody? This is Crystal Clear 101 with another Airsoft review, and today I am going to be reviewing UTG's M3L triple barrel shotgun. Now, let me go ahead and mention that first off, my special guest for this video is going to be Georgiafox. So I'm going to go ahead and thank him for helping me with this video. And number two, in the later segments, I do forget to mention the muzzle velocity for this shotgun with .2s, which I use for any of my Airsoft reviews. The muzzle velocity is roughly 300 feet per second, give or take. And with .25 gram pellets, which I'm going to be using for the first time in any of my Airsoft guns, it's probably around 250, 260 feet per second. I'm not exactly too precisely sure on the muzzle velocity with .25, so don't hold me to that. But enough about me talking about the gun itself. Let's go ahead and actually get to the review portion of this gun. Today we will be reviewing the UTG M3L tri-barrel airsoft shotgun. And today, operating the shotgun is our very own Georgiafox. If there's anything you want to say, Georgiafox.
Wish this was a real shotgun.
Don't we all? Now, he's going to have the honor of actually shooting this particular airsoft shotgun, and if you're familiar with Georgiafox, you know he really loves his shotguns.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's quit dicking around. Let's go ahead and start talking about some of the features of this shotgun. Alright, one of the first things we're going to be talking about is, okay, as I said earlier, this is the M3L. Now, what's interesting to note is that this is actually, for the most part, a direct copy of the Tokyo Marui M3 tri-barrel shotgun. Now, if you're wondering what's the difference between this and the Tokyo Marui version, number one, this is a lot cheaper. This one retails for about $70 versus the 100-something. I'm not too sure what the Tokyo Marui version goes for right offhand. But just from what I've read, just from what I personally understand, this is not only equal to the Tokyo Marui, but in some cases, this is actually better. Because this is actually every bit as good as the actual Tokyo Marui version, but this is considerably cheaper, and you get equal quality as well. Now, this is the one of you typically don't want to see of a shotgun, real or fake. But what I'm going to show right here is what makes this unique. Is that I don't know how well you can see that this has not one, not two, but 3 barrels inside of this barrel right here. Now, what it is, as I said, this is a triple barrel shotgun. Each magazine, which I'll show in just a minute, but each shell holds about 30 rounds. And with each word to the pump, as demonstrated right there, it automatically loads 3 pellets from each magazine. Well, from the magazine, rather. But what it is, when you pull the trigger, it will actually shoot 3 pellets per shot. And although this is currently unloaded, I should have mentioned that earlier. But this makes it a little more authentic when you're actually shooting it, because most of the more inexpensive airsoft shotguns that you pick up, they look like a shotgun, but they only shoot about 1 at a time unless you rack it multiple times. In this case, 1 rack, you get 3 shots. So that's actually very nice about this particular shotgun. Alright, the next thing I am going to be showing on this airsoft shotgun, like I do any airsoft video, I am going to be showing the sight picture for this one. And this actually has a very decent sight picture. And even though it's a shotgun, this is actually surprisingly accurate. Now, let me go ahead and ask the Georgiafox here. I believe this is your first time with an airsoft shotgun, is it?
No, it is not, actually.
Alright. How many airsoft shotguns have you fooled with before this one?
Good 10, 12. Used to play airsoft a lot.
Alright. Now, what is your opinion of this as far as accuracy goes?
A lot more accurate than any other I've ever held. A lot more accurate.
And you just heard it there from the Georgiafox. Alright, the next thing we're going to cover on this is, with 2 exceptions on this airsoft shotgun, this is ambidextrous. It can be for a left-handed or for a right-handed shooter. The 2 exceptions are the cross-block safety right behind the trigger. Press to the right, towards the left of the shotgun rather. You can pull the trigger, press towards the right, there we go, and it blocks the trigger from being pulled. and the other is the magazine release port right here, which is only on the right hand side of the gun. Now, with that being said, this can be picked up and used by a left-hand or right-handed shooter, because not everyone's a right-handed shooter. But the choke tube that would be right here, this can be removed, and this sling mount right here, which is made of metal, this can be positioned on either the left hand, the right hand, or down the middle of the shotgun itself. Now, in the stock of the gun itself, right here, this does have a sling port mount for either the right side or the left hand side. All you gotta do is pull it to one side or the other and then put your sling through it. And that was actually a very nice, very considerate feature of them to add to this airsoft shotgun. Okay, now that I've talked about that, the next thing I want to mention is that the materials of this, the vast majority of this is made of ABS plastic. Now, the pistol grip right here, the foregrip right up here, they're also made of ABS plastic. However, they feel like they have a light rubber coating on them. And when this is up against your shoulder, this does have a fairly thick, fairly hard rubber butt pad on it. That is a very hard rubber. But it actually feels very good, feels reasonably comfortable up against your shoulder. Now that we've talked about that, let's go on to the magazine. And these are the magazines for the M3L right here. Now, just because I said M3L doesn't mean this can't be used with the M3S, which is the pistol grip version of this shotgun. Now, what's neat is the simple fact that this actually looks like a 12-gauge shell. Now, mine here came with two. Came with a red and a black shell. Now, what makes this one great is that there are other companies aside from this and Tokyo Marui that actually make this particular model shotgun. And since they're made the same, that means that any shells from those companies, whether it be Double Eagle, whether it be Saima, whether it be Tokyo Marui, King Arms, those shells will actually work with this shotgun. Not only that, you can get these in about 4 other different colors from what you see right here, and a 6-pack will run you approximately $17.99, which for an airsoft magazine is really not too bad. Now, each one of these holds about 30 rounds. Matter of fact, in this case right here, it's got UTG shot shell cartridge, 30 BBs, 10 shots per shell. Full power combat loads for critical airsoft skirmish missions, but overall, these are actually, not only are these actually really good magazines, but they're also very neat, as these actually do help add to the realism of this shotgun. Now, as far as loading goes, let's get right on to how you load these shells. Now, there are 2 different ways you can load one of these shells. Number 1, you can load these one at a time with your hands, or if you want to go the easiest, fastest way, which is what I recommend, then I recommend a speed loader for one of these. You simply place the muzzle right into it and start pressing down until you can't push any more down. This is multiple times faster than loading it by hand. Alright. Now that, and this one is loaded with .2 gram pellets. Now my black one, which you saw in the previous segment, is loaded with .25s. Now the reason I have loaded with those 2 different pellets is for the simple fact that it is actually advised that you do not use .12s or generic .2s with this shotgun, as it may cause performance issues with it. And even though I normally recommend .2s with any airsoft gun I shoot, in this case, I would personally recommend the .25s because it actually gives better accuracy at longer range. Now, upon saying that, let's just see how accurate it is with the .2s. Now, as far as loading the M3L, it's just like loading an actual shotgun. The way you load it is you pull this little piece back to the rear, and this little gate pops open, upon which you just load like you would a standard shotgun. Then you simply close it and you're ready to go. Now upon saying that, let's see how accurate this is with the .2s. Now I have about 6 cans set up right over there. And Georgiafox, will you demonstrate the accuracy of this with the .2s?
Yes, sir. Gotta aim right at the bottom of them.
Now, as you can see, even with the .2s, he was kicking some serious ass with those cans. Now, upon saying that, let's just see how accurate this is with the .25s. Alright, now we have the shell loaded up with .25s, Georgiafox, if you will. Let's see how accurate it is with the .25s.
Dead on. There's a tighter pattern with them.
And if you notice, he didn't have to right slide back nearly as many times with the .25s as he did with the .2s. So if you want better consistent accuracy with this, go with the .25s. Now another thing that's interesting to note about this airsoft shotgun is that while this can be a reasonably accurate airsoft shotgun with the .25s, you can actually slam fire this. Now in case you don't know what slam fire is, that's where you hold down the trigger and you just work the action as fast as you can. Georgiafox, if you'll demonstrate.
Alright. Show you how it's done first time. Notice I'm keeping my finger down on the trigger.
Now go for sheer speed, if you will.
It's a lot tighter spring.
Now, while you can actually slam fire this one, as he stated, this actually does have a reasonably tight spring in it, rather. So it helps to have good bicep strength in order to operate this one. Would you agree?
Yeah.
But all in all, this is a dead solid, great little airsoft shotgun. Now, I like the fact that you can load with magazines shaped like shotgun shells. That does add a fair bit of authenticity to it. It is reasonably heavy. I think it's around 3 pounds, something like that. For the $69.99 that this shotgun retails for, you're not going to go wrong. It's a fun gun to shoot. The additional magazines for it, which I highly recommend getting, are not that expensive. It's reasonably accurate, especially with .25s. It can be slam fired, albeit if you have good bicep strength with it. But all in all, I recommend it. Georgiafox, what's your recommendation?
Go get one. I'm thinking about it.
Enough said. Now, as the Georgiafox asked, I'm saying, if you have the $70 to go get it, go get one. They're that much fun to shoot. But that's going to wrap up this review. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. And do care to go check out Georgiafox. What do you do on your channel?
Gun politics, firearm reviews, knife reviews, anything in general that involves weaponry.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I'll be posting a link to his channel in the description box below. You all have a good day.